What up? Welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about the follow up to the first shoot, the Sizzler, which was the homeless shoot, or the transient shoot, or the displaced human shoot. Hey, yo, tell me one more time what's politically correct. Oh, yes. Let's get to it. Like I said in the intro, today we're going to be doing a follow up to the first shoot, the Sizzler. And I have to say, everything went really well outside of a couple environmental issues. We pretty much had the space to ourselves. The setup was pretty good, and we got to it. However, I do want to take the time to address a couple issues that I had. So the first issue I had was the fucking sun. And I know people are going to say, duh, the sun is bright, and I know that. But you really don't feel it until you start shooting. I tried shooting with the sun in the background and my talent in the foreground, and that created some issues for me that I just couldn't seem to compensate for. Now, I don't know if it was my tools or my skill set, but it was definitely something to work on in the future. The second thing I figured out that I need to do is work on my organization. I had a few issues with maneuvering through the different lenses and tools that I needed for different shots. And admittedly, I didn't have the best workflow. So I found myself taking lenses off of one camera, then going to the next camera, then back to the first camera, and it was a fucking mess. What I probably should have done was shoot every shot I needed with one setup and then switch to the secondary camera. That would have been far more efficient. Now, just to let y'all know, I don't have a fancy camera. I shoot on an R7, which is cool because it has log and it's pretty affordable. And the thing about log is it gives you a lot of space to work when it comes to grading, as long as you get the ISO and the aperture right. And I look at it like this. If you can get a camera with log, even if it's entry level, I think you'll be perfectly fine. And we don't shame cameras around here. In fact, I think Canon has a new log-enabled camera coming out called a R50V. I think it's about $650, and that's pretty affordable. And honestly, just get the camera you can afford and spend your money on lenses. That's my suggestion. That's why I spend my money, and I've got pretty good lenses. I got an 11-16, a nifty 50. I got my love, the Sigma 18-35. We can talk about that later. And I got a 75mm cine lens. So I've got options to cover the bases for depth of field and the cinematic look, plus the wide and the medium shots, which kind of offset the cameras that I have. All right, that's the abridged version of my shoot. And now I got questions, and then we'll get the hell out of here. What do you do with footage when you're not 100% happy with it? Do you live with it, or do you reshoot it? I'm sure you run into the sun or will at some point. And that's why I'm asking. Perhaps there's just a tool I need. And if you have solutions, then please drop them in the box below. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit that reminder button. I'm here every week. But as for now, I'm out. See you next time.